Good morning everyone, it is day 2 of BroadwayCon. It's Saturday the 27th, I think. Yeah, day 2 of BroadwayCon. I'm very excited. I'm wearing a yellow jumper because I'm going to see Spongebob Squarepants tonight, so I thought that would be appropriate. I've had a little bit of a lazy morning. I've missed like the start of BroadwayCon, but I just needed a bit of a lie-in, to be honest. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to grab some breakfast because that's something I didn't do yesterday and I really should have. So I'm going to grab some breakfast, get on the subway and head over to the Javits Centre, or Javits Centre. Still not sure how to pronounce it. Very exciting. Let's see what day 2 brings. I am now back in the Javits Centre and I'm heading to the main stage area because I'm going to try and catch like the end of the Dear Evan Hansen thing, and then I think it's a Spongebob thing afterwards. Even though I'm seeing Spongebob tonight, so I've not seen it yet, I thought it'd be fun to see, yeah, what's going on. I wonder how busy the Dear Evan Hansen crowd is going to be. I can imagine large.
Well, the hardest part for the three of us was the beginning. That was the hardest, that took us the longest time to crack.
The opening.
Like that, if you saw it at Arena and...
what was it?
At Arena it was a totally different song. It's called This'll Be the Year. Well, I could say that we started off knowing from the beginning that this was going to be a huge element of the show. We really wanted it to be... because the world that we live in is the world of technology, as we all know. We all have smartphones, and it felt like we were going to tell a contemporary story. That was the world that it was going to be set in. And when we first met with Michael Greif about a year after starting working on it, we were like, we have no idea what this is or how to do this. And he basically said, I know the people that can make this happen. Because the way we wrote the script was not like, you know, Evan stands down stage and talks to the audience and that means he's on. We were just like, they're chatting online and someone will figure out what that means.
And they did a great job because it could look so cheesy.
Yes.
Like, it could have been so bad.
Yeah, it's a very hard thing to make successful, and I think a lot of shows have not been successful in that.
Our big message from the beginning was we never wanted it to be about technology. Like, we never wanted there to be a song about, you know, like text messaging or people like, because we don't talk that way. We're not self-conscious about our technology.
My favorite part of playing Evan, I like working with these actors. I love working with all the women in all the women in the show are like lovely to work with. Jennifer Laura Thompson from day one just has given praise be. Has just like first time I got to work with her was in a put-in. Was in like a put-in rehearsal. I had 2 put-ins and a put-in. I like that way you kept doing this. But she, from like the get-go, gave me like full tears, gave me like her like 100, like from the get-go. Being on the Real O'Neills, I had a lot of people, you know, talking, like asking for advice, and it was mostly about coming out. But I think this sort of like there's crossover here, and there's, you know, this is sort of a nice like general. I always told people to like never isolate. Like keep talking, always have a dialogue, and to take their time. It was always like the 3 things I would tell people. So I think that's like nice general advice to give in any situation.
The message that and it changes every time I see the show, but the thing that really I find important to remember for myself, and that the show is really about, is that social media especially, but just the world we live in general, we believe that everybody's life is better than ours. And that everybody is having this beautiful, perfect, curated life, and we must be the only ones putting the pictures on Instagram that make it look that way, and everybody else, it really is that way. And I think that the show, it shows you that all of these people are lost and alone in their own way and kind of have their own defenses and their own armor up around that. But ultimately, none of them is actually fully satisfied all the time or fully happy all the time. And once they accept that, I think there's the chance for true fulfillment on the other end of that.
Jump in right away with the cast of SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway. Welcome to the stage, Ethan Slater, Danny Skinner, Gavin Lee, Larry Norris, and Wesley Taylor.
Project,
right?
Which meant that I knew the how. You know, we have a brilliant director at the helm who's got a vision that is not necessarily what you would expect. So from day one, it was about how to do this in, you know, a clever way, in a way that brings something new to the stage and brings something new to SpongeBob. So, you know, my first questions and doubts were answered pretty quickly in the first workshop.
What about the rest of you guys?
I mean, I was skeptical, of course, but then you hear all the artists attached, all the composers, and I was like, oh, this is going to be like something we've never seen. So I was jazzed. Which
it really is like something you've never seen before. I was completely transfixed from the moment. Have you guys seen it? Anyone out there seen it? It's unbelievable.
David was brought into this very first workshop we did where we didn't even know if there was going to be a musical. We had no story, nothing. And I invited circus performers and multiple designers and Mike Dobson and actors and acrobats, and it was all just like a giant mosh pit of idea explorations. And David was in that workshop, and I have the best photos of him standing there every day building sculptures out of plastic cups. And I just remember one day looking at him and thinking, he's building a sculpture out of plastic cups. Oh, and now he's doing one out of hula hoops. I think he's the guy.
Yeah.
And he did the set and the clothes. You know, wow. So he's really responsible for the world.
It's like a Project Runway challenge. It looks gorgeous.
I thought when I was very young, I wanted to be a theater director or an oceanographer, which is kind of the same. And this is when I was like 6. I don't know if you guys know, like that movie Annie Hall, where the little kids show up and they're like this, and he's like, I'm an accountant. And, you know, I was like that about being a director when I was really young. But I also loved being underwater, and I thought I might want to be an oceanographer. And I realized later in my life that the two had the same appeal for me, in that they were about being in universes that are other than our everyday waking lives. They had their own rules of gravity and color and sound, and I loved that feeling of being transported elsewhere. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to be. So when this came up, I was like, well, there you go. Haven't thought of that in 40-some years.
But it's still back there. And that you approached it with the same childlike imagination that you would have had at that age when you thought about what that experience was like. So the heart is really there in the show.
Yeah, and you know, I also got, when I first got hired, a lot of people saying to me, people I know and who like me, saying like, really? But your work is so serious and experimental and da-da-da. And I was like, no, you guys don't understand. I am like the biggest kid in the room, and it was my dream to work in this way, and Nickelodeon was spectacular in terms of the kind of support they gave us.
Yes, round of applause for Nickelodeon.
Those shows, though, that I saw that had such a transformative effect on me were always human stories and took theater in an emotional place that I celebrate how it would make me real and turn inward and take in that material and ask how it's affecting my life and what I draw from it. So wherever I am, if I'm working on a piece like Next to Normal or a piece like Spongebob, which I think has a beautiful human story at its center, and I find it very moving now also to experience it with my children who are taking in all the stuff that's going on in the world around them, and it's hard to navigate now. It's coming at you so fast. But they can sit in the theater for 2.5 hours and have, I think, a meaningful and very positive and joyous experience. Anytime that kind of feeling can be put into the world and we can come out of a theatrical experience with hope and wanting to talk about it and wanting to get out and live our lives to the fullest, I think it's the most beautiful thing. And if I've worked on shows and created that in any way, and people take that away, that's the hugest compliment I could ever have.
I'm not going to chat for long because In the Heights is playing and I don't want to get a copyright strike. Just watched the end of the Dear Evan Hansen thingy, and then the Spongebob panel as well. Thankfully I wasn't too spoiled. They did a trailer, they showed it, and I just looked down. It was really nice though, because they had some of the cast members out and then they had to run to a show, and then the writer and, I can't remember her name now, Tina, I can't remember her surname, and Tom Kitt, they came out to do the end of the chat as well, which was really great to hear them talk about the show. Got a bit emotional actually, because they were talking about how obviously like the world is not the best place right now, but to have a show like this that brings like so much joy and happiness, yeah, I got a bit choked up a bit, and it makes me really excited to see the show tonight. I cannot wait. And now there's a cosplay thing going on in the main stage, so there's just lots of people in character. Bye. So I was going to go out to the marketplace, but then I remembered that this is happening, so I'm just going to stay and watch this. Hi! This is going to be amazing.
Welcome to the Cosplay Fashion Show, ladies and gents. Now, if there's one event that really sums up why we're all here, it is indeed the Cosplay Fashion Show. We have about 90 folks here, ready to rock some serious musical theater cosplay, which makes my gay heart sing.
Don't be shy, cosplayers, don't be shy.
Oh. Ladies, all the way from revolutionary France, ready for a quick one or a thick one in the park. Don't touch me, leave me alone. And all the way from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, Groundhog Day, Punxsutawney, ladies and gentlemen, it's that's no joke. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an ensemble member from the great comic, Heather, and it's the Phantom of the Opera. Wow. This is from Hamilton, Tiny Hamilton. Veruca Salt from Charlie Chocolate Factory, another Hamilton. Playbill Diva. Dimitri from Anastasia. Spongebob Squarepants gonna live with the wrong plankton. Oh yeah, more Heather's magic. Freeze your brain, my friends. Very in character. Oh, we've got the Addams Family Wednesday.
Finally, there's a Heather.
More Heathers for you, Williams. Wait, you're just beautiful. Who are you? Of course, you Julie Trojan from Bandstand, and the Wormwoods from Matilda, my friends. It's the Great Comet of 1812! Hello, my gypsy lovers. Are you Mimi? Maureen from Brent! 76 trombones, then the next bird. Is it a squirrel? Is it a beaver? Groundhog Day representing. I'm so excited about that. And welcome to the Grasslands, my friends. The pride of BroadwayCon, complete with Zazu. Not yet. Look at. Well, it's good to see you, Glinda and Glinda of the Upper Uplands. That's amazing. Jack Kelly, nice to see you. Mr. Newsy. Spongebob Squarepants again. Magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh, what's the character's name? Elaine from the Great Comet, and oh so pretty kitties from the musical Dogs. And Grisabella. Nesta Rose from Wicked. Another cocktail link. It is. A little more Hedwig action. Great comment, fantastic, yes of course. Spongebob, Anastasia, Elphaba, Carrie! Great comments? No, huh? Hamilton, of course, what are we talking about? Reno Sweeney? What's happening here? Phoebe Dicesquiff from A Gentleman's Guide to Love Murder. Fantastic Dice Whistle. Fantastic Rocky Horror in the house. More great comment magic. Hello, welcome. Is this more Heather realness? More Heather realness. More Anastasia complete with magical music box. Sorry, demons. Christine Dyer from the Prince of the Opera. Hello, Elder. Nice. Well, hello, Squidward. But more Glinda magic. Now hold on, that dress had to cost $20,000 to make. Fantastic, absolutely. Elder McKinley, Port Charlotte, Peter Pan from Finding Neverland, Dancing with Your Hearts. More Natasha, beautiful. What's happening here? Falsetto. That is so specific. Falsettos. Hi, Jenna, waitress. Dear Evan Hansen, Emily, look familiar. Fantastic. Kate Monster! Madame Giry. Very good. Which one is this? Cinderella, of course. Mrs. Lovett Sweet Pies. Aladdin, I know. A little more Mimi from Brent. And Guns and Chips, my friends. Thomas Jefferson. You're not done? No? She says she's not done. Okay, great. I'm excited and scared. Are you going to reverse it and turn it into something else altogether? It got very quiet. How weird. I'm very strange. Okay. This better be good because we all just went dead silent. Okay. And now, YouTube, right on the rise. She's got a golden ticket. Well worth it. Totally worth the wait, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for all these incredible cosplayers! Kate Monster, what are 3 things that you think about when preparing a cosplay outfit?
Well, the hardest part is probably acquiring legs.
Absolutely, hard to come by when you're a monster puppet, yep.
But I did find these lovely shoes, which really accentuate my appearance as a former kindergarten teacher.
You're very good.
It's also pretty difficult to find clothes that will fit over my furs. There's never...
I have the same problem. Finding clothes that fit over my fur is always difficult for me as well. Christine Daae, tell me what goes into cosplay for you, because this is not easy to do.
It took 10 years to get this together.
This took 10 years to get together? Come here. Take a giant 10-year bow, Mama. That took 10 years to put together. It would take me 20, so you're on the right track. Okay. Glinda from the Upper Uplands, tell me what went into making this utterly gorgeous gown.
Why, thank you. Well, the gown was a commission from a lovely woman, because I am not sewingly talented.
You had this commissioned?
I did, as Glinda would.
Work.
As Glinda would. And, but the wand I did make, and that took about 40 hours. At least.
She had the dress commission, but the wand took 40 hours. Fantastic. Let's go over here and talk to Peter Pan. Now, I see that you're wearing a split-soled jazz shoe, which excites me a lot, and you're giving us some Melanie Moore realness.
Go barefoot because the convention center doesn't allow that. So I tried shoes today, and they're actually quite cool.
They are quite cool. Will you show us, give us a few good Peter Pan dance moves? Oh! Side leap turn, Peter Pan! Jazz hand bow. Sensational. All right, come here, Lion King Pride. Come here. Now, do each of our lionesses have a name? If not, make it up now. Simba. Simba, and Zazu. Now, Zazu. Simbet. Give it up for the Simbettes. Zazu, come to me, Zazu. I never thought I'd be able to say the sentence on a microphone in my life. Come to me, Zazu. Zazu, what's involved in keeping a pride of lionesses together?
You have to keep them in line because the monarchy was headed south, but you had to keep Simba in line. And now Africa's going strong.
Africa's going strong. Thank you so much. Very well done. Let's see. About what goes into making this incredible gown.
A pattern, and I glow in the dark too. You can't tell because.
Can we turn the lights off quickly? No? I'm just testing and see how much power I actually have. Turns out not that much. Okay. I believe you that you glow in the dark, and maybe we'll find out later. That's getting creepy. Okay, moving on. It's getting weird. Come here, Squidward. Squidward, what's that in your hand?
My clarinet.
Fully invested, fully in character. And how long have you been studying clarinet, Squidward?
Never.
Can you play a little bit for us? Who is your arch nemesis, Squidward?
Spongebob.
Can you give us a twirl? Show us the back, Squidward. One? Okay, step back, Squidward. There. Come here, great comment, people. Great comment. So let's start with you. How long is it taking you to grow out this beard?
3 months. Russians grow beards pretty quickly.
Russians do grow beards pretty quickly. Yeah, it took you 3 months to grow this?
Yeah. Is that a short time? I thought it was a short time.
That is a short time. No, look, it's very, very good. Now, how do you all know each other?
The internet.
You know each other through the internet? That's the same way that Madame Cherie knows the Phantom. So we've narrowed down from all these incredible cosplayers to just 10. Give them a huge round of applause. Our first top 10 finalists. Mandy, Sonia, Kyle, and David, the great comic group! Take a step downstage, hug downstage. Very good. This is downstage. Or come to me, fine, whatever, yeah. Great. I like friends. Next up, oh, this is good. Mary Ellen and Rob, that's Phoebe and Henry Dicewith! Fantastic. Congratulations. Oh, this is so specific. Playing Rumble Teaser, Carbuckety, Jemima and Grisabella, it's the Cats Clan! This is freaking hilarious. Let's welcome Marty? Hardy. Glinda with the Glinda puppet. Where are you, babe? There she is. Did I say it? What's your name, my love? Marty. Fantastic. Well done, Marty. Caitlin and Barbara. Wednesday Grandma Adams. Come on down. Yeah. Now here's the interesting thing. If you actually open up your BroadwayCon program in the back, there's an entire section about how you may or may not keep your crossbow while you're here, which is hilarious that we actually have one. Has it met all the requirements? Wonderful, I like our talks. Okay. Punxsutawney Phil, Dina! I don't care. Good job. Alexandria Holbrook, Carrie White! And let's bring out Simba, and Zazu! The Simbats. And Sterling, our playbill goddess! You just heard her on an incredible clarinet solo. Get down here, Squidward! These are your top 10 finalists for Cosplay! You're all winners, you're all fantastic. Patty LaPone asks, What is your favorite Broadway musical? Remember, you must answer in character.
Well, I managed to see a wonderful tour of the Phantom of the Opera while it toured in Moscow just recently.
I love the Moscow production. How about you, Pierre?
When I'm not drinking and reading. Drinking water, of course, I stay very hydrated. You know, I enjoy my own production. I think BroadwayCon is absolutely fantastic.
That'll do nicely. Give it up for the great comic crew, everyone. Dice Quiz! Dice Quiz, come join me in center. Yeah, there we go. Look at our judges dutifully noting. Put your hand in the bowl. This question comes to us, Hugh Jackman. That's all it takes, it's so easy.
Hello.
Hugh Jackman. Kayla Settle. Hugh Jackman has a question. Dice Quiz. If you were an animal, what animal would you be? Would you be? And why? Henry Dice Quiz. You want to go first? Great.
I would be a mouse because they're tiny and shy and dainty.
Dirk. Henry? What animal would you be?
I think I would be a lion.
Tell us why, Henry.
Lions are such manly animals. They do things with other men together. Such...
Cats, please. Cats to center stage. Put your hand in the bowl. Pause, I'm so sorry. Only in this room. They're paused, damn it. Tommy, too, has a question for you, Cats. Carbuncle, Jemima, Grisabella. Where do you see yourselves 10 years from now? Tommy, too, wants to know.
Tommy,
Jellicle Ball in 10 years.
Jellicle Ball, solid.
Jellicle Moon. Hopefully in the heavy-side layer.
Work.
I already made it to the heavy side layer.
Your question is coming from Lin-Manuel Miranda. Who? Lin-Manuel Miranda asks the both of you, Glinda, if you won the lottery, what would you do with your winnings?
I would use my winnings to help people that are less fortunate than I. Less fortunate than I. I did not enter this contest to win, and I don't care if I win. I wanted to demonstrate that you can be 59 and overweight and cosplay.
It's now
Yes, Marty! Go, Marty!
Wednesday and Grandma Adams to center stage, please. And Grandma's friend. Put your hand in the bowl.
Marty Con.
You are.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Excellent choice. This question comes to us from Ben Platt. Grandma likes Ben Platt. Ben Platt gets Grandma going. His question is there a song lyric that you feel best represents you, and why?
What's that one where the guys are naked? Michael? No, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Nudity, that song. Full Monty.
The Full Monty? Okay, wait, fair enough. What? It's getting weird. Wednesday?
I'm friends with all my demons.
I believe you. Please step back. Punxsutawney Phil! Come down here. How well can you see? As I bring you downstage, possibly to your end. Okay. Put your hand in the bowl. Punxsutawney, Phil, your question comes from Liza Minnelli. So easy, we just shout out name. Okay. Liza Minnelli wants to know, if you were granted 3 wishes, what would you wish for? Don't know where to put this. I don't know.
Does this work? Okay.
Use your diaphragm, Phil.
First of all, I'd like to keep my powers of being able to predict whether it will be spring or winter, and for how long. I hope that Phil doesn't keep repeating this day, because it never ends well for me. But it really just doesn't. And third, I wish there was a musical about me on Broadway.
Oh! Well, Phil, dreams can come true. Carrie White, Alexandria, Carrie White. Carrie, put your paw in my bowl.
It's hand!
Oh my gosh. We are in such a fight now, guys. Okay. Your question, Carrie, comes from Cheetah Rivera. And she wants to know, Carrie, if you won 2 tickets to Hamilton, who would you take with you as your date?
Well, I'd really like to take Tommy Ross, but I'd probably have to pick my mama because I think she'd be really mad if I didn't take her.
Carrie White, everyone. Let's welcome Simba, and Zazu. Brian Stokes Mitchell. We were just saying in the wings before we came out here that we were so stoked we were Brian Stokes Mitchell about cosplay. Brian Stokes Mitchell asks, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? Simba?
Africa.
Of course, Africa.
Duh.
Well, since we're always in Africa, I would say Antarctica for a bit of a change of the scene.
That would be unexpected, yeah.
Not the elephant graveyard. I'd stay near Pride Rock.
Attica, no. Great.
Well, if I left Africa, Simba would turn the whole country to shreds.
Fair play, thank you, Pride. Next, Sterling, our playbill goddess.
Yay, Mom!
Mom, tell us who this question is from.
Audra McDonald.
Audra McDonald would like to know, Sterling, if you were stuck on an island and could only bring 3 things, what would they be? Better say your mother.
My mother, of course, so that I could look fabulous every day on my island. I would have to bring all my playbill collection. I mean, I need something to read, right?
Absolutely.
And any Broadway star that's willing to join me.
Maybe Audra McDonald will join you. Fantastic. Well done, Sterling. Thanks, Mom. Squidward, put your tentacle and bolt. Captain Tolt. Bernadette Peters wants to know, Squidward, if you were a color, what color would you be, Squidward, and why?
I'd be blue.
Why?
Because I'm a loser.
Not a loser anymore.
They do not like me at all.
Squidward, ladies and gents. Give it up for all of our 10 finalists. Woo. All right. This is where the judges have to do some very serious, heavy lifting. Now, let's go down here, and I'm inspired by the music that we just enjoyed from Squidward. Who's willing to give us a little musical moment from the show that they're representing? Got really quiet. That's fine. Yeah, are you ready? Come here. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas Steele.
Everyone raise a glass. Whoa, come
full. Okay, good. Yeah, good.
MartyCon.
MartyCon, welcome to MartyCon. Don't worry, Marty. Everyone out there is going to sing Popular. You just work the puppet. Yeah? Let's take it from Jason, are you with me? 5, 6, and...
Popular. You're gonna be popular. Teach the proper place, the top to place, the ways to flirt if that's cool. Show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair. Everything that really counts to be popular. I'll help you be popular. With the front horse, show you good at sports. Say you've got to know. So let's start, 'cause you've got an awfully long way to go.
Yes! Our fourth runner-up. Give me a deep drama drum roll on those legs, people. It's the crew from the Great Comet! My gypsy lovers! Congratulations, my friends. Our third runner-up, Punxsutawney Phil! Okay. Second runner-up, Sterling, our Playbill goddess! Come on, Mom! Well done. Now, our judges have awarded a Miss Congeniality for the cosplay fashion show. That should come as no surprise. Marty! Now, our next winner has an important duty to fulfill. If the BroadwayCon cosplay winner of 2018 is unable to carry out their duties, like they take off their costume in 10 minutes, or they wash off their makeup, or this cosplayer will assume the position of Grand Champion. Our first runner-up, the Dice Squares! Well played. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. BroadwayCon 2018. Cosplay Grand Champion. Committed, passionate, in character, Squidward!
You guys, I have no business being up here on the main stage doing what I'm about to do. I'm not gonna waste any time. One-time Tony winner, 5-time Tony nominee, star of the Spring Spectacular, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Benanti. I feel like you have one weekend off every year.
Are we not addressing this?
Oh.
Just letting this slide?
Are we gonna tell them what happened to your face?
Oh, yeah.
No, guys, it's not a thing. She's fine. Everything's fine.
No, I'm fine. There she is!
You know how, like, every time I see you, we'll talk like normal for 5 seconds, and my gay brain goes off, and I'm like, and you're like, hey, please, just not today. My ears hurt.
No, I never say that.
I know, that's true.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, I feel like you have one weekend off a year, and then it happens to be this weekend, and all your friends are like, can you come to my thing at BroadwayCon?
No, I've never been able to come to BroadwayCon, so I'm so excited.
What is it? Okay, so you're like a recognizable famous person in real life, but at BroadwayCon you're like Lady Gaga level famous. What is it like to like walk around and have to like have 15 people around you?
But I don't. Actually, I was like disturbed by how few people seemed like they cared that I was here.
It is the end of day 2 of BroadwayCon. I didn't chat to you a lot in the latter half of today because I realised that 2 of my 3 camera batteries for this camera were dead and I needed to have battery to film for the show vlog in the evening. So yeah, I didn't talk to you very much. I am sorry. Because of my late start to BroadwayCon today, I spent a lot of time at the main stage. I got to see the latter part of the Dear Evan Hansen talk, and I watched the Spongebob show, like the show spotlight for Spongebob. Thankfully wasn't spoiled on the show too much, considering that I saw it tonight. And then what else did I see? I watched the Cosplay fashion show, which was amazing. I am always in awe of the amount of work and detail people put into their cosplay costumes, and it was just fantastic. It was really fun. I didn't know what to expect from the cosplay fashion show, but it was really fun and it was just amazing to see all these costumes. They were fantastic. Also on the main stage, Patrick Hines of the TheaterPpl podcast, the Broadway Backstory podcast, he interviewed Laura Benanti. So I think it was for an episode, like, but they were just doing it live. And if that is the case, then you should definitely go and listen to it because it was an amazing interview. I've listened to a couple of like the interviews that he's done with Laura before, and they're always really funny and really like just like honest, and it was really nice because she is not like a new mother, but she is a fairly new mother. So the talk got like really real at points, and it was nice to see like theatre people talking, but it not strictly just be about theatre. It was really nice. So yeah, it was a really fun few hours in the main stage room, and then I went for a little wander around the marketplace. I met a couple of viewers, which was really nice, and I picked up quite a few good things today. I'm obviously going to do like a whole separate haul video, probably all of my New York stuff, maybe specifically BroadwayCon stuff and also New York stuff. It felt like today went really quickly, but I guess it's because I didn't really get there until, what time did I get there? Maybe like 11 o'clock-ish, maybe even a bit later. I think I was waiting ages for the subway in the morning, but anyway, it's beside the point. And then obviously I left after, well, I went to see what I thought was going to be an interesting talk panel, but it was not what I was expecting. So I ducked out of that and went to see the museum bit that they had, the BroadwayCon museum, which is really cool. They had like one of the costumes from Kinky Boots. They had little model set designs, which I love. I love seeing those, and like scripts and like costume drawings and loads of cool stuff, which obviously you would have seen in the video. It will already have been in here. What else did I do? Yeah, that was kind of it for today. So a relatively chill day, actually. And then tomorrow it's a few more panels, obviously probably a couple more laps around the marketplace to see if I missed out on anything that I want to pick up. Yeah, it's been a good day. I can't believe how quickly this week is going already. It's absolutely mad. I'll be sad to go home. I'm excited to go home. Sad to leave the Broadway world again. Anyway, I'm gonna sort myself out and go to bed, and you'll see me in the morning.
Thank you.